Hello everyone and welcome to Music Theory with Gem. In this installment of analyzing melody, we're going to delve into Cornelia Castle from Final Fantasy on the NES. The theme is set in the tonality of D, with its mode being major. Harmonically, we're hearing an embellished sequential progression of descending thirds, which is used to ultimately prolong a simple 1-2-5 progression. In the first four measures, the core idea is a stepwise descent consisting of F sharp, E, D, and C sharp. In the first embellishing layer, we hear the notes of the core idea descend to inner voices of their respective chords. F sharp descends to D, E to A, D to B, and C sharp to F sharp. In the second embellishing layer, we hear the use of upper neighbor tones and passing tones. For example, F sharp is embellished by G, its upper neighbor tone, and the descent from F sharp to D is embellished by E, a passing tone. These embellishments are then reused in the same order in the following two measures, only relative to the notes D and B. In the next four measures, the core idea is, in its simplest form, a stepwise descent from B to E via A, G, and F sharp. Rather than hear B descend to A, however, A is transferred up an octave, inverting a descending second into an ascending seventh. In the first embellishing layer, we hear the notes of the core idea move to various voices of the underlying harmony. The ascent from B to A is subdivided with leaps of thirds forming the line B, D, F sharp, A, and we hear E move to and from B in the final two measures. In the second embellishing layer, the ascent from B to A is outlined entirely with conjunct motion due to the leaping thirds being filled in with passing tones. We also hear that the return to E from B is embellished with a stepwise ascent to D, as well as an ascending leap to F sharp. C sharp and D can be viewed as indirect passing tones connecting B to E, with F sharp being an incomplete upper neighbor tone of E. Now that we have an understanding of the notes as they appear measure to measure, let's zoom out and take a look at the melody on a global scale. At its core, the melody is a simple descent from F sharp to E. Rather than descend by second, the theme expands the descent of a second into a ninth and fills it in with conjunct motion. Upon arriving to B, however, the motion to A is inverted, causing the line to ascend, which in turn causes the melody to end in the original octave. And that is essentially all there is to the global design of this melody. And now that we have an understanding of the global design, let's take a listen to this reduced melody along with a simple chordal accompaniment. Then we'll listen to a final playthrough of the theme in its original state. Make note that during the reduced playthrough, the ascent from B to A will be filled in with stepwise motion.